Hello, everyone. So I came across this article that was written by Mr. Jeff Okoroafor, who is a social accountability advocate and political commentator focused on governance accountability and social justice in West Africa. And then he had this report that he did. So he wrote on Reno Omokri, and this is the title: Reno Omokri, the Peter Obi hating political smart Alec and his sudden love for Tinubu. When I just read the title and how he put I just it just overcool, as in our people say, oh, you're zemi me oyegbe. That means a person don't pour madness for person body. That's what Mr. Peter Obi has done to Reno Omokri, because it's like guy no even send that, you don't know whether I did, but this one is dancing all over the place and going haywire and crazy, over Mr. Peter Obi at every instance. If you need to see what Reno Omokri is doing, social media, Twitter is small. It's on Facebook. He goes there, he uses Hausa language, tells all sorts of lies, all manner of lies to people against Peter Obi on those platforms. Whatever you see him write on X, if you follow him on social media, or you see his posts on Twitter, now known as X, it's small. Until you go to Facebook, even the Facebook, not the English one, no, the Hausa one. And then even when he does his video, he has them, translated into Hausa, and you will see the things that he says in those places. So Jeff Okoroafor had this to say. He said Nigeria does not need more political smart Alex who switch allegiance for clout. This is not even for clout. I think it's more of switching allegiance for stomach infrastructure. It needs honest, courageous voices who can speak truth to power without fear of favor. Until Omokri rises above his biases and opportunism, he will remain just another loud voice in the crowd, a man who chose clicks over credibility and theatrics over truth. For me, I might be wrong on this, is the fact that I see Reno Omokri as someone who, his whole hatred of Peter Obi and a good number of the other is that they feel that it's because of Peter Obi that Tinubu did not win, and so they couldn't get into office and do whatever. For them, it's not even about whether Nigeria gets better, Nigeria does not get better, or whatever. That's none of their business. Their business is that whoever it is they are supporting gets in, and they also have access to get in. And therefore, somebody like him, he can't wait any longer. I mean, it's been how many years? 8 years of Buhari on the outside. There are many people that cannot afford to be on the outside of government, so they will do anything to get back in. And then now he saw another whatever years again. Man, it's like reserve has really gone into overdrive. So you wonder, the same person that was all over the place calling Tinubu all sorts of names, all of a sudden yeah. Tinubu is not the best thing after his jollof rice. Okay, so in Nigeria's chaotic political arena, Jeff Okoroafor continues, few figures are as contradictory or as shamelessly opportunistic as Reno Omokri. Once a fierce critic of Bola Tinubu, Omokri has undergone a dramatic transformation, now singing the praises of the same man he once vilified, all while maintaining an obsessive campaign against Peter Obi. His flip-flopping exposes him not as a principled analyst, but as a political mercenary, a man whose loyalty shifts with the wind, always chasing relevance rather than truth. Not long ago, Reno Omokri was one of Tinubu's harshest detractors. During the 2023 election campaigns, he mocked Tinubu's health, his infamous Emilokon declaration, and his alleged ties to corruption. Omokri even questioned Tinubu's academic credentials, joining critics who demanded transparency about Tinubu's Chicago State University records. Fast forward to today, and Omokri has executed a stunning U-turn. He now lavishes praises on Tinubu's policies, defend his every missteps, and even hails him as a strategic thinker. How do you put Tinubu and strategic thinking in the same sentence? Yay! I don't follow Omokri, so Reno Omokri, I really don't hear most of the things he says. I even don't see his posts. Even if I see them, I scroll, but I don't read. So I have not got it. He called Tinubu a strategic thinker. As in, really? Yeah. Why downplaying the economic suffering of Nigerians under his administration? What changed? Certainly not Tinubu's governance. Nigeria's economy has only gotten worse, with inflation soaring and the naira in free fall. The only thing that has changed is Reno Omokri's alignment. Omokri's sudden affection for Tinubu is particularly jarring when contrasted with his relentless attacks on Peter Obi. While he dismisses Obi's frugality as a publicity stunt, he ignores Tinubu's excessive spending on luxury trips amid a national crisis. While he amplifies every minor misstatement from Obi, he turns a blind eye to Tinubu's frequent gaffes and policy failures. The double standard reveals Omokri's true motives. He is not an objective commentator, but a political operative whose criticism and praise are dictated by convenience rather than conviction. His vendetta against Peter Obi seems personal, while his newfound love for Tinubu reeks of opportunism, perhaps an attempt to remain relevant in a political landscape where access to power guarantees influence. Well, that's it. For most of them, they don't have influence where they don't have access to power. Reno Omokri's strategy is transparent, generate outrage, farm engagement, and monetize controversy. He understands that in Nigeria's polarized climate, extreme positions attract followers, whether they are Peter Obi haters looking for validation or Tinubu apologists desperate for intellectual cover. His frequent appearances on TV debates and viral tweets are less about enlightening the public and more about keeping his brand alive. But this comes at a cost. By reducing complex political discourse to sensational soundbites and partisan warfare, Reno Omokri contributes to the erosion of meaningful debate. Nigeria's challenges, economic collapse, insecurity, corruption, require serious analysis, not the kind of performative mudslinging that Reno Omokri specializes in. While Reno Omokri spends his days nitpicking Peter Obi's every move and whitewashing Tinubu's failures, ordinary Nigerians are suffering. Families can barely afford food, businesses are shutting down, and young people are fleeing the country in droves. Yet, instead of holding leaders accountable, Omokri engages in waterboarding, deflecting criticism from Tinubu while magnifying every perceived flaw in Obi. If Omokri truly cared about Nigeria's progress, he would apply the same scrutiny to all leaders, regardless of party affiliation. Instead, he functions as a hired gun, attacking when it serves his interests, retreating when it doesn't. Reno Omokri is intelligent, articulate, and media savvy, but these qualities are wasted on his inconsistent, self-serving rhetoric. His sudden admiration for Tinubu after years of disdain proves that his principles are negotiable. Meanwhile, his unrelenting hostility towards Obi suggests a personal vendetta rather than patriotic concern. Nigeria does not need more political smart Alex who switches allegiances for clouds. It needs honest, courageous voices who can speak truth to power without fear or favor. Until Omokri rises above his biases and opportunism, he will remain just another loud voice in the crowd, a man who chose clicks over credibility and theatrics over truth. This is quite an interesting read. And if you want to read more of his article, you find it on Opinion Nigeria. Yeah, that's where this article is on, Opinion Nigeria. So thank you so much everyone for watching.